Hi guys and gals, it's Eric here from ICONIZ. I'm basically a Senior VP of Business Development here at ICONIZ. We're a blockchain accelerator program as well as a token fund. We're based in Los Angeles as well as Beijing, China. So today I'm just going to talk about a little bit one of our portfolio companies, Allive, which is a healthcare-based blockchain project, and what they're addressing, which is a lot of the issues with healthcare in general, not just here in the United States, but elsewhere in the world, is basically the transparency of healthcare data. So for instance, like myself, if I get hurt, I go to an emergency room or I go to a hospital, medical facilities actually know what is going on with myself. And for instance, if I get hurt in another country, but my medical provider here in the US has the information about my past medical background, then how would they know, for instance, where I got hurt in some foreign country? How would they know maybe if I'm diabetic or maybe I have a history of high blood pressure? Then they wouldn't be able to convey that information. With Allive, they're putting our own healthcare data on a blockchain, their own blockchain, and basically those who are able to access it will be able to know your past medical history, ailments that you had, allergies, surgeries, things like that. Your data is very private, right? Your medical history is definitely a very privacy characteristics of yourself, right? So not everyone should be able to see that, right? Only people should see your medical history or what you use or what surgeries you had is, professional medical providers, right? Doctors, nurses. Whereas in the real world, a lot of healthcare providers like HMOs, PPOs, whatever, they use your social security as identifier. Your data is all on paper, which is not very scalable. If it gets lost, someone can access it. You don't know other people who handle it, like medical assistants or office assistants who are using this information in your files. So I would say using blockchain will definitely bring more security and at the same time bring more transparency to your medical history data. Healthcare in general, one of the biggest hurdles is really transparency of the data. So patients' data, being able to share that kind of information with other future healthcare providers you may have, healthcare providers in other countries. So Allive is definitely trying to address that, as well as they're also trying to address maybe helping people live a little bit healthier lives. So they have a software component called Allive, which basically gives you more healthcare metrics. So maybe it'll tell you like you need to exercise more or eat less, things like that. And they also have another component where it's called Olivia, which basically is like an AI type doctor / nurse, which will help you suggest things like you need to exercise more or eat less or watch your health. These are probably one of the coolest projects I've seen so far, is because they're actually addressing a real big issue with this healthcare in general. Like everyone is going to have to go through with their own healthcare issues as well as people in their families. So definitely look out for Allive. They're definitely going to address something that's really big, problematic, and I think they're going to tackle this issue heads on, and people are going to really enjoy it. Use it. We also have another project here at ICONIZ that we're accelerating. It's called NetCentric, and what they do is they basically help you create quantitative trading robots. Why is that important? Well, I'm sure a lot of us here have lost money trading crypto right here. How would you like it if it's something more automated, where you can use quantitative strategies to help you hedge or help you to manage your risk in crypto trading? Well, that's what NetCentric does. So the guys at NetCentric, they decided to basically democratize quantitative trading and creating quantitative trading strategies for everyone, because not everyone comes from a super high degree math degree or a math background or quantitative trading background at a bank or a hedge fund, but at the same time, people want to understand how those things work. So what NetCentric does is basically, I would say, create a more gamified version of quantitative trading, where you basically can pick certain trading models or trading strategies, and basically kind of like more easy to understand tools where you can actually help yourself hedge against certain exposures, or help you buy and sell certain crypto at certain price points based on what your sentiment your personal feelings are, or maybe some quantitative or some type of model that you may have thought, but you don't know how to translate that into a mathematical proof. Then I would say NetCentric will help you basically carry out those visions for you, by literally clicking and dropping trading ideas, metrics to fit your trading strategy. So NetCentric definitely, I would say, based on what the environment is now, I think a lot of people might be very, very interested in using it. just because they want to be able to have another way to trade the crypto in the markets without having a lot of personal emotional feeling, and also have ways to help manage risk as well, using their models or their metric choices versus say like going to someone else who may be a very good quantitative crypto trader. Well, with NetCentric, basically like a marketplace of many people who are creating quantitative trading models. So you get your selection and your access to lots of people who have created certain models, and you can see their returns and their performance. Whereas say you go to one or two funds, they may not accept you because you're not considered like a high net worth person, or maybe they don't want to deal with you because they just don't want to deal with you. But with NetCentric, it democratizes that. So anyone who has a little crypto can basically invest in certain models or various models from various groups or various people to basically help them with returns or hedging their crypto portfolio that they have. So I would say that's one of the biggest advantages of using NetCentric versus going to some individual person or an individual fund trading crypto for you. The sign up period for that will be sometime late of 2018, early 2019. Sometime in that time period, people will be able to access NetCentric. Alright guys and gals, this is Eric from ICONIZ, just saying thanks for listening to me and listening about more of our two portfolio projects that we have. You want to learn more, visit us at iconiz.io, or you can shoot me an email, EYUAN@iconiz.io, to learn about NetCentric or Allive. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.